Catherine Hamilton, and I'm the student in Communication 181. Right now, I have about $20 of library fines, which is super embarrassing, but my children lose books all the time. My husband misplaces them, and I've twice now returned books that don't actually belong to the library. We're terrible at it. I wish that there was a library that didn't care, and luckily there is. I don't know if any of you have heard of little free libraries, but they've been popping up all over Louisville, and right now there are about 40 in the Jefferson County area alone, plus more in southern Indiana. There are stewards who host these. They build these, put them in community areas, and they stock them with books for all reading levels, and people can come as they please and get the books that they want. It started in Wisconsin. A man built the first one as a tribute to his mother who loved reading, and he made his in the shape of a one-room schoolhouse because she was a teacher. His neighbors loved it, and it grew really quickly. I heard of it first because one of my neighbors built one, and I also thought it was cool and convinced my mother-in-law to have one built in her hometown, which is in the middle of nowhere. Already, her neighbors love it, and they're trying to build several in their community. Now there are more than 50,000. They're in every state and in 70 countries. They're a great addition to any community. They foster a love of reading, they build community, and they give a great outlet for creativity. The Educational Testing Services says that the more type of reading materials are available to students, the higher their reading proficiency levels tend to be. A similar report by a group called Fight Crime, Invest in Kids says that the most successful way to improve reading for low-income kids is by making sure that there's a steady stream of reading material available to them. It's really important because higher reading levels are linked to lower crime rates. This gives a great opportunity for kids to have that steady reading in their homes when they might not have access to libraries because they're not nearby or their families are working during normal business hours when a regular library would be open. No business hours really helps out because you can walk up to one of these libraries at 2 a.m. and you're not committing a crime. They also build community. There's one down the street from my house, and the first time I checked it out, I was a little intimidated to walk up to one of my neighbor's yards. But she walked out and greeted me, and she said that she's gotten to meet a lot of people in our area just through this, people that she might not have ever met before. The motto is take a book, leave a book. So not only can you go check a book out, you also have the opportunity to return books that you love. I know that when I read something I really like, I'm excited to tell my friends, and it gives a good opportunity to show your neighbors things that you're interested in. They are privately owned, and they allow neighbors to share what they love and meet each other. And Louisville.com actually has a scavenger hunt of different ones in the area. They're also really good creative outlets. People can buy them online already built, and so make it a little easier, or you can make your own. So online you can see pictures of different ones that people have made. Some people repurpose other items like old TVs or old newspaper boxes, or people can make them into things they love. I saw a picture of one that looks like the TARDIS box from Doctor Who, or you can use them to, someone used it as a seed exchange. You can do anything you want. It gives people a really good opportunity for creativity. They also just beautify and edify neighborhoods. Not only are they pretty, but they're full of good information that people might not have otherwise. So they're a really, really good way to foster a love of reading, to build up communities and neighborhoods, and to let people be creative. I think that they're a really good opportunity to add something to any neighborhood. So they're not supposed to replace libraries and the appropriate fines that come along with them, but they're a great addition to build reading in neighborhoods. All right.